A favorite topic of ours, and recently Stephen A. Smith commented on Floyd Mayweather's next fight.
If Floyd avoids this fight and he fights Miguel Cotto or Canelo Alvarez, I have no problem with it.
Uh-oh.
If he avoids this fight and takes on Amir Khan, I will come on national television and I will acknowledge to you that Floyd Money Mayweather is avoiding Manny Pacquiao. Because there is no excuse.
Right.
For him, with 2 fights left on his contract, with him scheduled to retire in the fall, according to him, there is no excuse on God's green earth for Amir Khan to step into a boxing ring with Floyd Mayweather Jr. with those 3 big fights out there. Amir Khan is a good fighter. He is not in Floyd Mayweather's class in terms of box office, etc. The fights that are out there for Floyd Money Mayweather is Canelo Alvarez, a rematch with him, a rematch with Miguel Cotto, who's now being trained by Freddie Roach and has looked very, very impressive. If Floyd fights Amir Khan instead of Pacquiao, Alvarez, or Cotto, I will come on here on national television and tell you my boy is avoiding Pacquiao. Because there's no excuse for that. Not for Amir Khan. Not for Amir Khan.
All right, well, Floyd was asked about Stephen A's remarks by FightHype.com, and here's his response. Listen, I don't give 2 flying expletive what Stephen A. Smith say. I never seen Stephen A. Smith dribble a basketball, catch a football, or box. So I can give 2 flying expletive what Stephen A. Smith say. Quote me on that. I repeat, I don't give an expletive what Stephen A. Smith gotta say. He's just a critic. Critics only got an opinion like everybody else. Everybody can always talk like they're a football genius, like they're a basketball genius, or like they're a boxing genius, but we ain't never seen them doing nothing but criticize athletes. So it doesn't matter who I fight. I can fight 2 duds. At the end of the day, it's about working smarter, not harder. So Stephen A. Smith can go on First Take and say whatever he wants to say. Stephen A., I noticed over the weekend, I believe, you tweeted back at Floyd, because I'm assuming, and if you read the entire article, he tried to insinuate that you were being muzzled, that you can't speak freely. What's your take on all of this?
Well, my first take about it is that Floyd knows better than that. He knows that I say what I mean and I mean what I say. And if anybody's backtracking, some would say that he's backtracked. Even if I did backtrack, which I don't believe that I do, at least I got a legitimate reason to. I work for somebody. I have to answer to somebody. That's ESPN. You want to call that a shame, then call most of the American public being shameful because they're employed by somebody else. Floyd is worth close to $500 million, if not more. But he's backtracked from time to time, so I'd ask him to look in the mirror in that regard, and I'll leave it at that in terms of that particular point of view. But to take this matter further, I said on Twitter just the other night, Skip, and I'm going to reiterate my point. I'm not going to get into a Twitter war with Floyd Mayweather Jr. You know how I feel about Floyd. You know how great I think he is as a boxer, as a fighter. I think he's the best on the planet, and I stand by that. I'm going to be a man about this because somebody needs to. Here's the bottom line. Floyd Mayweather Jr. continues to tell the public that he just wants to give the fans what we want to see. My response is people have been asking for Pacquiao for years. Miguel Cotto is an elite fighter, especially since now he's training with Freddie Roach. You go that route, nobody can knock you for that. Canelo Alvarez, despite the fact that you're Floyd and you schooled him and picked him apart, this dude is a young lion. He's big time. Some would think he's worthy of a rematch because he may have learned from that experience. They may have thought they saw some slippage from Floyd over the last couple of fights against Marcos Maidana, all right? And that might make the fight interesting, so you can understand that. But outside of those 2 fighters passing on Pacquiao, for those 2 fighters, there's no excuse to pass on Manny Pacquiao, particularly if what you're coming to us with is Amir Khan. Now, if Floyd Mayweather deciphered what I was trying to say, what I am saying is, in my opinion, Amir Khan is not in Floyd Mayweather's class. He doesn't belong in the same boxing ring as Floyd Mayweather. He didn't pay the dues that Floyd Mayweather paid. He doesn't have a flawless record exercised by or displayed by Danny Garcia, beating him to a pulp with a TKO victory in 4 rounds just a couple of years back. When you talk about a premier fight for boxing fans to see, we don't give a damn about Amir Khan when it comes to who we want to see in the ring with Floyd Mayweather Jr. And if that is what provoked Floyd Mayweather Jr. to go on his diatribe and go off on me, that's fine. I accept it. I'm a big boy. This is what we do. I'm not trying to hurt anybody. Talking about, they always talk about critics criticizing athletes. Last time I checked, we do a lot of praising of athletes as well. And one of the people that I know I have religiously praised is the greatness of Floyd Mayweather Jr. So because he disagrees with me on this particular point, he wants to go into that diatribe. The man has my number. He knows how to catch me. Floyd Mayweather Jr. knows that if he wanted to see me in Vegas, all he's got to do is pick up the phone and tell me he needs me to come out there, and I flow out there to talk to him man to man. All of this wasn't necessary, but he can do what he has to do. I'm not going to fall bait for it. I'm not going to get caught up in all of that in terms of trying to go back and forth, trying to disrespect a guy whose greatness as a boxer I have religiously and repeatedly lauded. Floyd Mayweather, to me, is the best boxer on the planet Earth. Floyd Mayweather, to me, would beat Pacquiao. I dare say I predicted that by the 11th round, he would knock Pacquiao out. I believe that. And if me saying, I'm acknowledging your greatness, but you can't give us this rinky-dink fight, because that's what a fight with Amir Khan would be. It would not be worthy of what we anticipate the closing out portion of Floyd Mayweather's career should be. If he wants to have a problem with me on that, that's fine. I've known Floyd for years. The crew that he's with, I've got nothing but respect for all of those brothers. His daddy's a great trainer. All of these guys are great at what they do. And the people that work for him, I know him. They know how much respect that I have for them. I know they're just doing their jobs. Nobody's calling anybody out. We're simply acknowledging that you're Floyd Mayweather Jr. This is the end of the road. You are on the verge of breaking Rocky Marciano's record by going undefeated in 49-plus fights. There is no way in hell you should be able to get away with selling us Amir Khan. We want Pacquiao, and you said you want to give the fans the fight they want to see. That's all I said. That's what I'm going to continue to say. And if it gets me cussed out repeatedly, so be it. I'm a big man. I play by big man rules. I can take it.
And you are my man. But I was dumbfounded by these, because I have sat here for year after show after year after show, hearing you say nothing but great things about Floyd Mayweather Jr., sometimes, in my view, defending him to a fault. And you say one little thing that I consider remotely objective, just one little thing, and you get that?
Crazy.
Both barrels right back in your face? Are you kidding me? Does that not qualify as biting the hand that has fed you, or at least defended you over and over and over again on the show? And just a quick thought, and I don't want to get off track about this, but I got to tell you, I get sick and tired of the notion from star athletes that if you didn't play at a high level, you can't comment on a sport or a performance. You can, by the way, shoot the basketball. Floyd doesn't know that, but that's irrelevant to the point, because the point is, Floyd, if you do a little homework and look around sports, you see that the San Antonio dynasty, the Spurs, was built by a guy named R.C. Buford. Go check out his track record playing sports. Tell me how far he got out of high school. Not very far. Go look at John Schneider, the architect of the Seattle Seahawks' potential dynasty, and it still could turn into a dynasty. Go see what he played after high school. He didn't.
Right.
Okay, so Floyd doesn't hold water. I'm tired of it. Give this man a little credit, because he did play some college basketball, and he can still shoot the basketball. But again, that's irrelevant. The point here is that you have been nothing. But complimentary doesn't even begin to size up the magnitude of how positive you have been, over the top positive in favor of Floyd on this show. And Floyd, how smart are you to undo even an ounce of that? Because this is, Floyd, this is your guy right here. This is the guy who's defended you like no one else has on the national airways. So, Stephen A., I appreciate what you say because it was also very objective.
Stephen A., no, honestly, when I read that, I thought it came out of nowhere, and I thought it was very unfair of Floyd to do that to you because and just like you said, to a fault, you on this show, you defend him, and I've made it clear how I feel about him, and you still separate the two and defend him for what you say is an excellent boxer. So for him to go out on you like this is so disrespectful in so many different ways. I appreciate your candor and being a man about it because there's no need to get into it with him because it's showing more about who he is and who you are.
I'll leave it at that. You know, I don't have anything else to say. I'm not going anywhere. My point is this. I'm going to continue to do my job, be objective, be fair, and I don't wish a failure for anybody, but I'm going to call it like I see it, no matter who it is, as fair-minded as I possibly can, with the exception of me making fun of the Cowboys because I'm a native New Yorker who hated the Cowboys.
Yes, because that's not fair at all.
I'll say that's not fairness, but outside of that, the bottom line is simple. We don't want to see the great boxer that is Floyd Mayweather Jr. up against Amir Khan. You keep telling the fans what you want to give us what we want to see. Yep. We want Pacquiao. That is not changing. You either going to do it or you're not going to do it. Cuss me out all you want. I can take it.
We ended there, ladies and gentlemen. Coming up next, the Patriots are back.